What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bradman Cricket 17 Nets preview once again. Once again, we are going to the SCG practice arena this time to test out our bowling skills. Just having a look at the differences in the bowling between, I guess, the Nets and the SCG. So obviously now you've got a proper ground to practice with. You can practice your run-ups using the markings on the pitch, or you can, just necessarily look at where the ball is going to go. And for me, anyway, I feel like this would be where you would practice over the nets. You wouldn't want to practice in the nets. You'd want to practice on a ground, and that way you can kind of see the general, like how far it's going to carry through to the keeper, and how much sort of bounce and speed you need to give it, where you need it to tail in. I mean, I guess with the nets it's kind of good, but once you get practice on an actual field, then you're going to be able to do it more and more often on that sort of arena and know like where to aim and things like that. So with that in mind, there has been a few changes to the spin bowling, just a little adjustments to make it a little better, and I do like the spin bowling now a lot more than I did last week. I think last week some of the release points and things just weren't working as they should have been, but they are definitely working again now. So I've got just a little bit more pace bowling here, just practicing my Yorkers with both a right-hander, and then I'm going to jump in and see how I go with a left-hander, just trying to tail it back in like Mitchell Starc does with his abilities. So, it's all about getting the balance between both left and right-handers. And for left-handed bowling, I noticed that it said outswing, like even if I wanted to do an in-swing, I think it's obviously towards a right-handed batsman. So it would generally just be, whichever direction you push the stick is kind of where you want it to go, kind of thing. But let's take a look at some of the off-spin bowling. Once again, it's a similar sort of thing. How far around the circle you go, it doesn't really matter in terms of the spin. It's just as soon as you get the right pace of how you spin it around, once it goes green, that is when it's going to be at its ideal release point. So generally it doesn't matter whether your circle is completely full, just as long as it's a color green, it's going to be a pretty good amount of spin. And where you release it, obviously you want to get in the green section and just get a little bit of nice bounce there, maybe a bit of flight, a little bit extra flight there. So that'll give it the amount of height you want the ball to go. I don't know how much you can actually drift the ball yet, but at the moment you can sort of just adjust the flight. Now let's take a little bit of a look at the leg spin bowling. That was a pretty poor spin input there. But one thing I did notice is that you can actually spin the analog stick, or whatever stick you've got, in any direction. So you can spin it clockwise or counterclockwise, regardless of the delivery. It's always going to bowl the stocks, the delivery that you select. So if I bowled a leg spinner and I spun it like it was going to be an off-spin delivery, it would still bowl like a leg spin delivery, which is one of the things I noticed, which is really good. So obviously if you guys are left-handed or something and you prefer to spin the stick the other direction, then you can do that as well. So here, obviously I'll go the googly and I'll spin it the other way because I know that's the way it's going to spin. So that's kind of the way I wanted to spin the stick, whereas I could still spin it the same direction as if it was just a leg break delivery and get the same result there. So this is just basically another look at the Bradman Cricket 17 Academy nets, or kind of nets bowling or training at the SCG here. Just getting a little bit of practice, and you get a nice view of the other end of the ground. One more thing I like to point out, there's digital scoreboards down the bottom of the ground there. They change between the Bradman Cricket 17 logo and the Big Ant Studios logo. I'm sure that they'll have sponsors integrated into that as well once we get closer to the game's release, but for now it looks pretty damn cool and I can't wait to see more of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave a big thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you all later.